love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a mini review, a demo, and just a little discussion about the new Lorac Unzipped Desert Sunset palette. I got this as part of a platinum perk at Ulta, so it was very much discounted. I probably wouldn't have gotten it otherwise, but that's what it looks like. I think I paid about $20 for it, something like that. I will insert some pictures of swatches that I took earlier.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
But for now, I just want to show you what kind of eye look I come up with as I'm just kind of doing a discovery type video. So if you'd like to see that, please keep watching. So I forgot I didn't have any jewelry on. I didn't have any perfume on, so I went and got all beautified and smelling pretty. Today, in case you're curious, I'm excited because I got a replacement bottle on sale. I'm using Guess Dare. And you can see I was getting down to the nitty gritty, so I've been using it sparingly. But now, I can use it again. I can take a bath in it, right? Alright, so I'm looking at this palette and trying to decide what kind of inspiration comes from it. Of course, I really like the purple and pink, but I've been doing a lot of looks like that lately, so I kind of think I'm more so looking into the golds and browns, just because all I'm doing is going grocery shopping, and so it doesn't have to be anything major. I just kind of want to see how they perform. They swatched pretty nicely. The only one that I wasn't that impressed with was the purple, and purples are just generally hard, apparently, to formulate because I don't have very many purples that are very pigmented. So it may just be the pigment itself. I don't know. I've never made an eyeshadow before. But I am just going to go ahead and start. I was going to go ahead and feature also, because there's been some curiosity about them, the Morphe brushes that I got recently, and also some Sigma brushes that are kind of similar to those. I was going to compare the two just to show you because a lot of people have been asking me. The one on the right is the Sigma E25. I'm trying to put them in the same direction. And the one on the left is the Morphe M433. And this one is a little bit narrower, a little bit more dense. This is a little fluffier, but the shape and the taper and everything are real similar. And it's difficult for me to hold them in a way that you can see them from head on, but I'm trying. How do I do this? Anyways, you can see that they're very similar in the way that they're shaped. Anyways, I like them both, but I actually think that I like the Morphe one better. So maybe I'll use both of them today. I don't know. Then there is the Morphe M51 9 or 8. It's so little, 8 I think. And then there's the Sigma E40. And is one of them obviously is black and one's white, but oh gosh, I almost broke into a Michael Jackson song. They're about the same shape, same size, same shape. And these are really good fluffy brushes for the beginning crease. This is another M433, and this is a M441. And I just love the shape of these. And I had talked about the other day when I did the Morphe Me bagging that I really like these shaped brushes. They're a little, these are pretty similar, just different colors. So my absolute favorite is Morphe R38. And again, similar. So I like to have a lot of the same brushes because I use them over and over, and I'm so lazy about washing. That's a whole different topic for a whole nother video. But to start, because this Sigma E40 looks real different than the other one that I have, and so they don't look different when I hold them up side by side, but this one is really inflexible, and this one is very fluffy. I think at one time they had one brush that everybody loved, and then they kind of changed it a little bit, and then everybody hated it. So to me, it looks like they've gone back to their original. But this video is not about Morphe and Sigma brushes. This video is about this Sunset, Desert Sunset palette by Lorac. So you guys know I love Lorac shadows. You also know that you have to take a little bit of care with the Lorac shadows. Often you need to tap them off, and you need to go in very lightly, because before you go into your eye, you need to make sure that you just have a little bit of product. Otherwise, you can end up with a very giant stripe across your eye that will never be blended out, even at the end of time. So I'm going to pull my little waste basket over next to me and tap things off. I'm going to go in with my Tapered Blending E40 on this one eye, and I'm going to go into the shade Dunes, which is right here. And it looks really beige in the viewfinder, but it's actually very peachy, kind of a soft brown. But see, I barely touched, and see how much pigment that picked up? So I'm going to tap it off before I go in. And with the lighter shades, you don't have to be so careful, but with the darker ones, oh yes you do. I'll never forget the very first time I used the black Lorac shadow. I went in full ham and just bam, black stripe. That day I ended up having to take my makeup completely off because I couldn't blend it out. And at that time, I didn't set my primer, so I had a sticky base. Yeah, there was no blending it out. And I'm not tapping off now. I'm just kind of picking up the part that's kind of kicked up from me dipping my brush in. And that's a real nice transition color. If I've ever had a gripe about a Lorac palette, it is almost always that there's not a light enough transition color. Especially with the Unzipped. That's why I don't use them that much. But I like the way this brush is performing. Now I'm going to go in on the other eye with the Morphe M518. I think I've decided it's an 8. And this really feels identical. And the difference is about 15 bucks. I think the Morphe is like $6, and I think the Sigma is like 20. And the only reason I have that is because there was a sale, like a little sale on a set that was very much discounted.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I.
The packaging of this is really beautiful, though. Do you see how it kind of changes? The color kind of changes. One thing I was talking about the other day I did a live is that it's got this weird bendy flap or lid that I don't really understand if it has a special purpose or if it's supposed to lend to it looking 3D or what, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be very sturdy. Alright, I'm feeling happy about my transition color. I really have no idea what I'm going to do. I almost feel like my lighting is a little too bright, and I'm probably washing myself completely out. So I'm going to, what I use for lighting when I'm here in this room is my lighted Vanity Girl Hollywood mirror. And so I've got all these light bulbs around me. It's the only place in my house that you can actually see anything when I'm filming. So I'm going to go in with the M441, which is kind of the, I don't know, pear-shaped. I don't know what to call it. And I'm going to go into the shade Sandstorm, which is right there. And this kind of reminds me, whoo, Lord, I barely tapped it. This kind of reminds me of Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear. And I'm just going to go up into the very upper part of my crease and just give myself some depth here and almost recreate a higher crease line for myself, because if my eyes are open and I don't put it up very high, then it just kind of gets buried in my actual crease. That's really a pretty color, but it is kind of like Cocoa Bear, but it's a little bit more orange. And so I'm going to go in tiny little circles.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
So I sort of place and blend at the same time. Then I'm going to go back in with the first brush and just really go in kind of broader circles just to blend those two together. That's a good beginning. Okay, at this point, I just really don't know what I'm going to do. This color Mirage almost has a mauve tone to it. That might really be pretty on the lid. I might just go ahead and put it there and see what we're working with. It's kind of pinky. Oh man, that's kind of pretty. I kind of think, I kind of need to stop saying kind of 400 times. I think it's really pretty, and I think it could be intensified if I wet it, but I don't know if I want to. I've been saying over and over again recently that I need to chill out and do kind of a subtle look, and then I go and glam it out. But today I was going to show, my friend Sabrina was curious about these Allure, really natural Allure lashes, and I was going to use them, so it would look crazy to use really, really natural lashes on a very glammy look. Plus, I'm going grocery shopping. So, yeah. I think I'm just going to stay with this. I think it's pretty. Very subtle and pretty. Of course, I'm going to try to, I'm going to use the Sigma and the Morphe. And I'm going to go into the darkest shade right here called Joshua Tree. I'm going to do the Sigma on this eye. And I'm going to tap, these are the colors you have to be so careful with. So I'm barely going to tap it. Barely, barely. And I'm going to tap it off. And I just kind of want to put a little bit of darkness in my outer corner here. Just to deepen that a little. My wastebasket's going to have enough eyeshadow to do its own look today. Ooh, that's pretty. It's brown, but it has a little bit of a plum undertone. It's really pretty. I'm kind of placing it, but I'm kind of moving it around too. Ooh, I like that color. That's really pretty. But this brush feels too dense, and that's the difference between the Morphe and the Sigma. I really like this Sigma once I already have the eyeshadow down, but it's not blending out like enough for me. I like to use that. But to place it and blend it, I like the M433. See, watch. See how it's really blending it out, and all I'm doing is kind of doing a V motion, and it's blending itself out. That's really a nice addition to this look. That's pretty. I really like that. It's funny how different shades look on the eye, and with, you know, the accompanying colors in comparison to how they actually look in the pan. Sometimes it's so different. That's beautiful color, you guys. I really like it. So I'm going to grab the bell-shaped one, the M441, and use whatever's left on that brush from the Sandstorm shade to blend that out. Oh, wow, that's really pretty. And it gives a nice little depth in the outer V there. So I'm going to do it on the other eye, and I'm going to use the M433 on this side exclusively.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery.
Super pretty. And this little bendy, lid keeps closing by itself.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery.
I feel like I'm gonna grab this Sigma because there's just one part that doesn't wanna grab right here on the outside corner. Not dark enough.
Wherever love goes, there is...
That's a little better. But still, maybe I didn't go out far enough with my primer. Like I said, or I guess, I don't know if I did say, but I used Painterly Paint Pot to prime my eyes today. And I do that almost every day because it's my favorite. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to go back with the M433 and blend some more. Looks like I've got little, like little skips.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery.
I think I'm going to use a shader brush. Actually, no. Let me try this new Morphe, this little bitty, it's a little bitty blending brush. Let me try that. That's what I got it for, is for my outer corner. Oh. I like this. I like the shape of this. It's going to be really precise with the outer V color for me, and that's what I was looking for. And maybe even with the capability to blend a little bit. And I think a cut crease, this would be a good brush for a cut crease.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy.
Oh, and what I was going to do is grab a shader. This is a Sigma E55, and go into that shimmery shade and just kind of intensify it here, but kind of go in between those two right there. Kind of go over the edge of that so it doesn't look so skippy. Ooh, that's really pretty. Like, I'm kind of shocked that I like it so much, but it really is pretty. The colors just go beautifully together. And there it went. Okay, little something on my eye that doesn't belong there. I'm going to go back with the Sandstorm color and just go around the outside and re-intensify that a little so that we don't lose any of that color on the outer part. And I feel like I'm talking really low. I hope I haven't returned to my beginning days where I start whispering every time I'm working on my eye because I'm so concentrating on what I'm doing, but that kind of seems like it. I feel like I'm shouting now. But yeah, that's really pretty, and those colors look so nice together. I'm going to take the beginning brush and go back into the beginning color, which was Dunes, and then go around the outside again, like even higher than I just did, just to make sure that all those colors that I had are all kind of peeking out. That's very pretty. I really like that. I don't know why, guys, but I still feel like I don't have enough product on the outside right here. So I'm just gonna try again. I'm sitting here thinking about how dry my mouth is when I have a cup of coffee and some water over here. So, coffee for caffeination and water for hydration. All right, I'm good with that. Now, bottom lash line. For this, I'm going to go in with this Morphe Y22. It's like a little rounded pencil brush. And then I'm going to go with the pointed crease brush by Makeup Geek. And I'm going to put down the darker color, the Joshua Tree, and really tightly to the lash line. And then I'm going to blend it out with the lighter colors.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah.
I'm not going to go all the way across. Just about halfway.
Wherever love goes, there is also...
And with the... Where did you go, darling? With the smaller of the two, the Define Crease brush, I'm going to go into Sandstorm and go just under that and across further, almost all the way.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery.
That, and then with the little bit bigger, I'm going to go into Dunes and just kind of go even lower below that. Wow, I picked up too much. But just kind of blend that out a little bit more. And I'm probably going to take a brush that doesn't have any product on it and just really blend it. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. I'm kind of excited. I don't know why, I just kind of expected it to be kind of meh, you know, but it's not. It's really nice. I always forget this part, the inner corner. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to try this Cirrus right here and see. It's lighter, but it does have some a pinky tone for my inner corner. I don't know why. I just kind of figured this wasn't going to show up because when I was swatching this, it didn't show up very much on my skin, but it's, you know, light color, and a lot of times light colors don't show up on lighter skin. And the inside of my arm is pale as all get out. Don't feel like that's light enough for my inner corner, but I think it would be light enough just to go right underneath the edge of, or the bottom side of my brow width. And this is a BH Cosmetics 102 concealer brush. I like just using the precise little tip. Lately, since I set with Wet n Wild Creme Brulee or a shade similar to that, my brow bone is usually already highlighted. And I don't like a really shimmery brow bone, but I do like to put just a little bit right under the actual arch just to enhance that area. And that worked out perfectly. I love that Cirrus color for that. So I'm going to leave it like this, aside from taking my BH Cosmetics blender, which is well loved and very fluffy, and just lightly going over all of it. Just as a final blend, and a fluffy brush with no product. This is a Coastal Scents BR250, which is also kind of like a dupe for that E25. And just run that under there with no product, just to blow it out a little. All right, I am so good with that. Yay. So, here's the demo. I guess I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about how I feel about it. I don't really go in depth into reviews. I don't... This is going to sound so snobby, but once I already bought the palette, I don't care how many ounces are in the pan, grams are in the pan. I don't care how much it is per... I don't care. Now, if I watch somebody else's review and I'm trying to debate on as to whether I'm going to buy it or not, I do sometimes pay attention to that, but not much. If I want it, I just kind of want it. Like Stephanie and Nicole does she does an incredible job of just breaking it all down, and I kind of feel like, you know, she does it so well, why should I? She already does it so well. There's no topping how in-depth and thorough her reviews are. So, all I really feel like I need to say is what I think of it and how it performed. Very pigmented. The only one, and of course I didn't use them all, but very pigmented. The only one that I, didn't have a lot of pigment was this one, but it was a very light color, so it doesn't really need any. But I was really impressed with Mirage. I was really impressed with all the mattes, the Dunes, the Sandstorm, and I really love the Joshua Trees. Beautiful. It doesn't look like it, but it's got a very plummy undertone. So this Sunrise color is really beautiful too. And if I had been wanting to go for something a little more dramatic, I might have put that on my lid with some glitter glue. But it would have looked really similar to some of the ones I've already done, and I'm just kind of feeling like changing things up. But, Lorac quality. The packaging, it's fine. It's compact. It's, this is not very sturdy because it's bendy. But it's magnetic. It doesn't have a mirror. It reminds me of some of the ones, the Nordstrom exclusive ones that they had one year that were all floral, just real. The packaging is adequate, but it's not fancy. Well, I'm sitting here saying it's not fancy as the lights are dancing over the beautifulness of it. I just mean it's not a palette that they've used tons of money to create the packaging. It's kind of a, you probably don't, because I'm being about as clear as mud. And I'm taking as long as a turtle stampede through peanut butter. There's some Oklahoma Okie expressions for you. Maybe not Okie, but anyway. Digressing. Moving on. I'm going to go ahead and put on eyeliner, mascara, curl my lashes, do all that stuff off camera to save time. And then I'm going to come back and I think I might put the lashes on camera, because these natural lashes are so thin and light that it's almost impossible to mess up, and it just gives a little bit of a natural enhancement to your eyes, and it's really pretty. So I kind of want to show you how those go on. Okay, so curl my lashes, mascara, eyeliner, and I'll come back for the lashes, and then I have to skip off to go do my day 8 of my Lippie countdown, because today was a way different schedule than my regular Friday, so I'm just able to do it this afternoon. So I'll come back with my next Lippie, and yeah, we'll go on from there. Be right back. Okay, so I said how the inner corner wasn't light enough for me, and so I went and grabbed this Anastasia Glow Kit. My friend Sabrina said I should keep this. It's awesome. I like to use highlighters for inner corner highlights. So I'm going to go into Summer. This is the Sun Dipped one. So the lightest one here is called Summer, and I'm going to use my Makeup Geek Define Crease Brush again. I cleaned it off, but that's what I'm going to try to go in here with this. And yes, that is nice and bright. I was going to use this on my face. Guess what? I forgot, and I didn't. So at least it's going to get some use today. Now I'll be back with all my eyeliner and all that jazz done. See you in a minute. Alright guys, I am back to put on the lashes. I have my eyeliner. You know those days when you're trying to go real subtle with the eyeliner and it just keeps growing and getting thicker? Yeah, that's the kind of day I was having. But I've already pulled these off, and this is what they look like. They're so tiny, and so it'll be a miracle if I don't lose one of these while I'm trying to glue it on. But the cool part is you don't really have to trim them much because they're real little, and if you pop them right in the middle, You can't even feel that they're there. But I'm going to use the Kiss Lash Adhesive, Strip Lash Adhesive, which is my favorite. And with these, obviously, you barely have to put any. And ordinarily, I just put mascara at the base where my natural lashes and my false lashes meet up. But with these, I actually put mascara on them. They're so tiny. They feel so little. All right, let me get at this crazy angle I have to do for you to see whenever I'm doing this on camera. Adjust my mirror a little bit. There we go. Bear with me, weird angle. Good gravy, guys. And I think my problem is that I'm using these funky tweezers that have a really weird angle to them also. There we go. Trying to knock everything over. Okay, it totally stuck to my lashes. I'm going to use my fingers. If all else fails, use your fingers. I was telling you how easy this is. And yeah, not having an easy time of it today. Don't think I've jacked up my eyeliner, which is good. I'm going to reapply the lash glue. It's like it's too curved and so it won't lay flat, so I'm going to bend it out a little and see if that helps. And I'm going to put it on wet, which sounds crazy, but I need to be able to move it. I'll pull you over here a little bit. There we go. Move, baby. There we go. And I don't even know if you can see that it's there, because it really is so subtle. But once I let it dry and put the mascara on it, you'll be able to see it better. And in the meantime, I'll go on with the second one. This side is always easier. I'll probably jinx myself right now. This side is always easier for me because I'm right-handed, I think. I always feel like my angle is wrong when I'm going in for my left eye. And every time I say left eye, I think of TLC. And I'm not going to let it dry much. I'm just going to go in and lay it down. See, can you see that curve? It's making it so difficult. For some reason, that curve is just not working with me. Come on, I'm gonna bend you. I just put all the glue onto my lash line, so we should be good with glue. There's that. Wow, you know what? I need to never again say, something is so simple, you don't even have any trouble doing it. It's so easy. You barely even know they're there. Yeah. Yeah, I need to not say that anymore. because I jinxed myself. Like right now, the sky is still not down. Come on, man, work with me. Come on. Stretch out. Good gravy. Pretty sure they're stuck to my eyes, but I did find my lash tool. And it looks like this, and you can get it on Amazon. And I really like it because you can go through and pinch your natural lashes together with the falsies, and it helps. Usually I wait till it dries, but since this one is so not in the right place, ugh. I'm going to go ahead and put the mascara. I'm going to use Better Than Sex because it works well. And I pull all the way through these lashes, and I don't do that with others. Because now you can see them, I hope. We'll see. Yeah. And just like natural lashes, you can build them up. I really do think that I probably should go back with my eyeliner though and kind of go over the band, since it's not where I want it to be. Yeah, you know, from time to time, things don't turn out exactly how you want them to, and you just go on with your business. And I also used a particular mascara that I haven't used in a long time, and it's very obviously dried out because now I have little black flakies all underneath my eyes. All I can say about this is that I'm glad that I'm not going anywhere important. Walmart will survive if my makeup's not perfect. Alright, so I'm scared to show you the finished look because I don't know how the eyelashes actually look. I don't know if they're disrupting my liner, and I don't know if you can see the band, but at least maybe you can get an idea of what the eyeshadow looked like, and I think that's really pretty. So there's that. Alright guys, that's it for me. I'm going to go for my Friday night date with Walmart. And yeah, I really enjoyed the Desert Sunset palette. I didn't so much enjoy the Allure Natural 020 lashes, but I think they still look pretty good, so that's alright. But I really did like this palette, and if you have the opportunity to get it especially discounted, it's really beautiful. And it's actually kind of unique to my collection, which is weird because I don't have a lot that's unique anymore. And I don't buy many palettes anymore for that reason, because why buy something I already have 15 of? That never stopped me before. Alright guys, that's it for the eye look. I'm going to pop off and do the NYX lip thing, and I'll come back to show you the final look with everything. And then we'll be out of here. So, guess who went grocery shopping to Walmart and to Sprouts, and who ate dinner? I had some lettuce wraps with some chicken salad inside, and some little grape tomatoes, some yellow and green and purple ones. And yeah, I did all those things and didn't realize that I didn't come back and show you the lip. I said I would come back and show you the lip. So what I had was this butter gloss in creme brulee, and I used this rose liner to begin with. Did not work. And then I went in and filled in my whole lip with this Easton Snob by Rimmel. And then I put this over it. And I've reapplied it just so you can see what I look like. And who knows if my makeup still looks good. It's been like 3 hours. But this is the final look. The eyelashes stayed on. I do have a little bit of mascara underneath my eyes, but you get the idea. This is what it looks like with the lip on. I'm parody. Anyways, I am so tired and so acting like a Looney Tune. So, I'm going to go. But, I love you all. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye, guys.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep.